Nick Calandra is coping and seething about not just Smash JT, but me apparently. Yeah, Nick Calandra had a little bit of a cope session on Twitter about yours truly, which we're going to get into it right now. If you aren't aware who Nick Calandra is, he's formerly of The Escapists. He's a co-founder of Second Wind, and he's all around a woke scumbag sent for Alyssa Mercante, encourages deplatforming of people, likes to censor free speech, was instrumental in Smash JT's website being completely shut down because he's thin-skinned and cannot take criticism. And apparently he's still triggered. He's still scouting the internet and trying to play like none of this bothers him at all. But we all know deep down inside, these political activists that cosplay as gaming journalists can't take it that anybody's talking about them. And now Nick Calandra let me know that I got to him. I got to you, Nick. I got to you. And there's no amount of cope or seethe that you could do to keep me away from my guy. Because little Nicky, you and me, we're going to become best friends. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. So I saw this tweet that was shared to me. This was in response to Smash JT's video earlier this week saying that Alyssa Mercante, airbagged, Nick Calandra and company are trying to get him fired from his job. If you remember, they contacted a former place of employment for Smash JT, and we all know why. It's because they want to try to cancel Smash JT for his Kotaku detected website. If you go against their narratives, guys, if you go against their agendas, you're publicly canceled. You're public enemy number one. You're persona non grata. They can't take it. You have to be in their echo chamber. And he goes, the fuck is he even going on about now? I have zero involvement in this. I've been on streams for the last week, writing video scripts and on the phone with my mother while she's in the hospital. Dude is just adding me to things I'm not even following at this point. And that's cope number one. Oh, I'm not even paying attention. You know damn well the Streisand effect that these people have. They're watching. They're paying attention to everything. They're not following it. I guarantee you there's a Discord, a group chat, a Twitter space, something where not just Nick Calandra, but Alyssa Mercante and even Rebecca Valentine, that John Feep's queer, even Airbag, they're all in on it. They're all in a group chat, seething and coping about me, Hypnotic, Melanie Mac, Quartering, Smash JT, Atreus, you name it. If it's anybody that's covered them, we're talked about. Now, the other funny thing that they tend to do is they tend to do this whole, a family member in the hospital thing to try to paint the people that are saying bad things about them in a negative light. It's one of the oldest tricks in the book. If there is somebody in the hospital, prayers for them. It still doesn't keep you excused from trying to cope and seethe and try to lie your way out of this. Now, if you watch Smash JT's video, he said you were the one that sparked Airbagged and Chris Kindred contacting employers because you tweeted out about attacking funding sources. So yeah, in a sense, it's your fault, Nick. You're the one that said attack these people at their funding sources to stop them, to silence them, to censor their free speech. You were the one that did the initial call to action. Are you directly responsible for what Airbagged or Chris Kindred might be doing? No. But you sparked the pitchforks. Do you not understand your responsibility as an influencer for when you make a call to action, like attack their funding, it actually can happen and will happen? Now, continuing on, he goes on to cope and seethe with some more tweets saying he watched a minute of Smash's video, laughed, and turned it off. Yeah, right. I guarantee you, if he turned it off, it's because he just couldn't handle it. His fifi's hurt. He goes, I'm this guy's boogeyman at this point. No, you're his cow. You're his low cow. He's monetizing you and making money from it. And you might think, oh, it's barely any views and blah, 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 blah. No, he's monetizing. Trust me. Now, he said, been too busy with actual work to even pay attention to their antics aside from the occasional poking fun at them. The occasional poking fun or the daily group chat that you're having. You're not fooling us, Nikki. Little Nikki, you're not fooling anybody. I know you have a group chat. Really getting a lot of use of that picture of mine. Yeah, I mean, until you get a new one, we're going to use the most dopiest one of you. Now, continuing on, he says, I legitimately cannot imagine being married, having kids, and having them hear me make unhinged rants like this for hours a day for literally a few dollars of ad revenue he generates. It's always about the numbers. It's always trying to downplay, their views, their money. Oh, he's also married and children. Like nobody that's married with kids can have rants. Can make a living making videos, ranting about stuff, giving their opinion. You're automatically unhinged if you're going against the grain. You're only saying it's unhinged because it's not woke, because it's against what you believe in. That's how you guys operate. You guys are pussies. You can't take it that somebody has a different view than you. To finish this off, he says, something has to be seriously wrong with you to edit this garbage and not feel like a fool. Again, they try to make this whole, you're a delusional, unhinged, you're the problem, you're hallucinating, you have a warped sense of view. No, guys, y'all are the ones with the warped sense of view. Now, enough about Smash. Congrats to him monetizing the haters. Enough about Smash. Now, I entered the fray, and I'm proud of myself. Thank you, first and foremost, little Nikki, for the shout-out. You're helping me get my way to 87,000 subscribers, so if you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Hate watchers are welcome here. But he says this guy too can't even say the name right. They play like they don't know who you are. I don't even know who he is. Laugh out loud. And apparently he's made like 8 videos about me now. Who cares how many videos I've made about you? Whether it's 1, 2, 3, 8, 10, 15, 20. You're not immune to having videos made about you or articles written about you. If you're in the public sphere, whether you're a YouTuber, streamer, a podcaster, a journalist, or a political activist cosplaying as a journalist, you're not immune to people criticizing you. And there's no official quota or word count as to how many videos a person's allowed to make with you featured as the topic, especially if you're saying and doing stupid things like censoring free speech and shutting down websites, little Nikki. If you don't know who I am, that's fine. You're going to know who I am. You're going to. Trust me. You're in my targets now, buddy boy. And he goes, y'all got to find some new material. Why? Why? Because you don't like it? Is that why? We got to find new material because you don't like being talked about? My pussy. That's all I'm hearing. Continuing on, he goes, you're not even cracking 10K views on this stuff. Laugh out loud. It's not even worth the time you're putting into it. It doesn't take that long, actually, to do some screenshots, sit in front of a camera, and edit. It takes less than an hour, and it's not the only thing that I'm doing with my life. I know the only thing that you do with your life is sit in front of your computer and cope and seethe about anybody that makes fun of you and your friends of Kotaku. Anybody that's not woke, you cry over. You're a soy boy, apparently, and you can't handle criticism. But again, they like to attack the views. Oh, it's not even cracking 10K views, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a shit? Whether I have 1 view, 100 view, 10K view, 1,000 views, doesn't matter. And guess what? You're helping me. Thank you for the shout out. Thank you for promoting my video. I appreciate that so much. And the ad revenue is nice. You know, you got to remember, it's not just one video that the daily ads show up on. Appreciate it. Are you going to attack my funding source? I wish you would, motherfucker. Now, continuing on, he says, maybe talk about games instead. Okay, well, pot calling the kettle black, as I can't even speak right now. Maybe you and Mercante and Kotaku should talk about games instead, too, instead of crying about wokeness and diversity and DEI in your games. How about that? Maybe y'all should talk about video games and make video game guides for the websites that are hiring you to be video game journalists instead of crying about diversity and trying to challenge people to physically fight. You know, it's funny. Mercante challenged people to fight her physically, bitch. And not too long ago, you challenged people to fight you too. I believe the exact phrase is that you would knock out anybody that's anti-woke. Well, knock me out. Exactly, soy boy. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to make this rant. It's pretty funny how these guys act like they don't care and they don't follow and they don't pay attention and that we need to get lives and new material and it doesn't affect them. But guess what? I'm blocked by Nick Calandra now. Tears, go cry. Nick, honestly, I think out of all the people involved, Mercante included, you're probably the biggest, cringiest, saddest display of somebody that is looking for clout in everything that they do. You can't handle criticism. You cry about stuff. You hate free speech. And it's amazing how much you get away with trying to dox people in your Patreon Discord, like Grums, attacking people, sending minions after them. You're pathetic. And you're one of the biggest problems out there. And we're going to keep talking about you. And thank you for the shout out. So take care.